Okay, we're gonna reconvene into open session and start the business session of the school board meeting. And first item on the agenda is report from student representatives. So introduce yourselves and your report.
Hello, I'm Wesley Detlefson, I'm a freshman.
And I'm Brody, and I'm a freshman. Starting with our athletics, athletics and winter sports wrapped up their seasons. This week, our track and field team began practice for the spring season, and our softball and baseball teams will begin their practices next week.
Outside of sports, our middle and high school band and choir have recently had a busy couple of weeks. Aside from the fantastic concerts that they put on last week, they also competed at District Soul Ensemble. After competing in over 50 events, there are 7 vocal competitors and 9 band competitors who will be moving on to the state competition in May. Congrats to the entire music department and good luck to all competitors that will be moving on to state.
Last week, Friday, our high school art club recently competed in the Regional Visual Arts Classic at UWSP. Out of the 12 members, 5 are advancing to the state competition in April at Edgewood College. The 5 students will be competing in either digital design for long-term and on-site, drawing for long-term and on-site, printmaking for long-term and on-site, and photography for long-term. Good luck to all at state.
Lastly, High School Student Council is gearing up for some fun activities in the upcoming weeks. One of those activities is going to be the hidden Easter egg hunt within the school. Mrs. Griffith started this activity last year, and students at both middle school and high school level had a great time searching for eggs during passing times. There's something about a friendly competition that gets all the students excited. Another thing that Student Council will be doing is heading to Madison on April 6th and 7th for the Wisconsin Association of Student Council State Conference. We are hoping to bring back more fun ideas to school and implement during the remainder of the school year and into next year.
Thanks for listening.
We hope you had a great night.
Thank you, boys.
Thank you.
Appreciate that.
An in-house Easter egg hunt?
Yeah, so
What could possibly go wrong? Oh my God.
Thinking back to your middle school days. Yeah.
we did this a little bit last year. Ms. Griffith set that up, and it was a lot of fun for students to do that. But there was distraction.
There was distraction.
Yeah, there was a lot of tardies.
Is that like you're in the dentist chair, slung back with a drain, and behind you from some anonymous place you hear, "Uh-oh, this is bad. This is there were distractions. You're the master of the understatement. Probably very good.
Boys, real quickly before we move on, were either of you involved with forensics?
I was not.
Okay,
No.
I just wanted, Mr. Stelpole, he's not able to be with us tonight. I wanted to add, I believe we have 6 forensics competitors going on to the state level as well. So hats off to our forensics team. And the HOSA team, which is the Future Healthcare Workers of America, is also sending, I believe, 3 or 4 young ladies to the state conference. And that's under the direction of Mrs. Katie Bortz, our school nurse. So we have several different groups going on to their state competitions and state conferences.
How many art students did you say were moving on to state?
5
Wow.
Out of 12.
out of 12.
That's
Great.
cool. That's really great. That's fantastic.
That is,
Good job.
yeah. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you. Welcome to stay if you like, but you can take off.
Yeah.
That's no problem.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you. Good night.
Thanks for coming.
There were some distractions. That's the best line I've heard all week. There were some distractions.
Understatement.
All right.
Wow.
Yeah. President's report. Board member attendance. Kathy is not with us tonight. Reading of DPI proclamation, National School Breakfast Program. Whereas the School Nutrition Association has designated March 3rd through the 7th, 2025 National School Breakfast Week. And whereas the school breakfast program plays a vital role in promoting the health and educational development of children across our state by ensuring nutritious and balanced breakfasts are accessible in Wisconsin schools, helping to set a strong foundation for learning and well-being. And whereas currently 2,074 schools across Wisconsin participate in the school breakfast program, during the 23-24 school year, the program served more than 35 million nutritious meals to students in Wisconsin. And whereas children who eat breakfast are more likely to score better on standardized tests, maintain a healthy diet, improve concentration and memory, and achieve greater success in subjects like reading and math. And whereas according to the School Nutrition Association, the school breakfast program provides 12 million nutritious breakfasts to hungry children across the country each day. Therefore, I, Jill Underly, State Superintendent of Public Instruction, do hereby proclaim in the state of Wisconsin National School Breakfast Week, March 3rd through the 7th. Okay. And our next board meeting is April
9th.
9th.
Yes.
Okay. All right, now we move on to administrative reports. Jim.
Okay, good evening. Some exciting news, some fun news here at the elementary school. Over the last couple of weeks of February and the first week of March, our PEPO organization, the PTO, sponsored the Do Good Wisconsin Cereal Challenge. If you came into our building during those 3 weeks, late February, early March, and paused in our entryway, you would have seen yourself surrounded by boxes of cereal. They were collecting cereal for area food pantries. Over 3 weeks, 502 boxes of cereal were collected. And the culmination of collecting so many boxes of cereal, if anyone has gone onto our school district Facebook page, you saw a really cool music video. Last Friday morning, 6 of our PTO mothers came in and they lined up the 502 boxes like dominoes in the gym, out in the hallway, down the front sidewalk, looked like a big snake. It was really cool. And they videotaped it, put music to it. Children were dancing around the boxes, doing cartwheels over the boxes. And it culminated with the whole school in the gym, cheering it on, and kids doing cartwheels. It was a big celebration. That video is being submitted to be judged against other schools' videos. And I think it's something like $5,000 we stand a chance of winning. So
From
it's the Do Good Wisconsin Cereal Challenge. Do Good Wisconsin Challenge. I'm not sure the actual sponsorship of it. Do Good Wisconsin Challenge. But I did go online and I saw a huge middle school, Horace Mann Middle School in Neenah. They collected just over 500 boxes, like a dozen more than us. We competed with Horace Mann Middle School. So just goes to show our small schools do great things.
Yeah, it was a cool video.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
It was.
very cool.
Yeah, very beneficial to our area food pantries. I'd like to say congratulations publicly to Mrs. Wilhorn's and Mrs. Decker's classrooms. We do have a competition here every month for who has the neatest, tidiest classroom. We were trying to teach our children, in addition to our academics, to be neat and be clean in their classrooms and bathrooms. So Mrs. Wilhorn's and Mrs. Decker's classrooms won the Good Housekeeping Award for the month of February. They were rewarded with donuts and a traveling trophy. We have a pair of upcoming elementary events this Friday night here in the IMC. We have the annual Elementary Family Movie Night sponsored by PEPO. That begins at 6 o'clock this Friday night. We're hoping to get typically 75 to 100 students. They come in their pajamas and sleeping bags, and we watch a Disney movie here on the screen and popcorn and have a good time. So that's this Friday night. And then next Tuesday, our last week before spring break, is our March Young Authors event. So that's Tuesday the 18th. Young Authors is at 12:15, also here in the IMC. Looking ahead to summer school, the elementary summer school registration paperwork is being finalized this week, and it will be sent home to our students next week before spring break for parents to review. Registration begins on Monday, March 31st. Summer school will take place the last 3 weeks of June, Monday, June 9th through Friday, June 27th. We are offering 14 classes this year from 7 elementary teachers. That takes place tomorrow morning. We'll start our day with breakfast, We'll then have the summer school classes in the morning. We serve lunch to all the students, and then those who choose to get on the bus and go over to the Y in Rapids and swim for the afternoon. So that's our summer school plan, almost identical to previous years. Thank you.
Okay, now the district administrator report. Yep.
Okay. Here in the district, we currently have a combination of 6 classified and certified staff openings for next school year. We have 4 teaching positions, we have our head building and grounds position, and an administrative assistant position. These positions have been posted on social media for about a week and a half, and they are also on weekend. Interviews are beginning next week for those positions. So we are actively starting that interview process.
What's the response been like?
It depends on the position. The classified positions has been low. Our teaching positions has been lower. We are definitely, without getting into too many details, we have a kindergarten position, we have a 3rd grade position, low single digits.
Okay.
And they've been out there for 3 weeks. So,
All right.
you know, a response, again, we all know this narrative, a response 20 years ago, 20 to 30 probably applicants. Yeah, we're in the very low single digits right now. But there is definitely some promise amongst our candidate pool. There is. I'm optimistic.
Okay.
Yeah. The testing window for the forward exam is March 17th through April 28th. There's been a lot of great communication from Ms. Moore and Mrs. Lazitza at both buildings. They are leading the forward exam. Altman Construction will be on site here at the elementary school April 17th, 18th, and 19th. That is the Thursday evening before Good Friday. That's the 17th. 18th is Good Friday. And the 19th is, of course, the next day, Saturday. They will be in our gym removing the large partition that is in the gym. That is being taken out so we can install the new rubberized gym floor. That's going to take place in late July or early August. So that big partition is being taken out and being just hauled away. We're doing away with it. Yesterday, representatives from CISA 5, there was about 4 of them, met virtually with myself, Mrs. Waltenberg, and Mr. Steltenpole to review the district's federal joint notification reports. We have a rather newer administrative team, and these are reports that they were not familiar with in detail. So I had 4 veterans from CISA meet with us via Zoom, and they went over all of the details of the Every Student Succeeds Act, ESSA, and IDEA, which is Individuals with Disabilities Education Act. Those are delayed by a year. It's for the 23-24 school year. Port Edward School District exceeded the threshold for both of those. We achieved very well on both those reports. So that is all I have for tonight.
Great. Thank you. Questions and comments from people in attendance?
Want to go around the
There
room and
are.
ask?
Yeah. We'll move on to the consent agenda. Seek a motion to approve the minutes of the past meeting of February 12th.
Moved.
Second?
A motion and a second. Discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? Motion carried. Moving on to consider approval of financial reports. And we have a few gifts.
I have 2 gifts. One is from People has given the elementary school 2 outdoor storage containers for the playground toys and equipment. So that was very nice of them. And then Mr. Bino would also like to give a nice thank you to Patrick Arndt. He purchased and donated 2 large shelving units for the attic in the elementary school. So he wanted to get some organization up there, I guess,
Yeah.
and wanted to.
He wanted to take care of that himself. So, yeah, a couple of nice donations for the elementary.
And I also just wanted to bring your attention to make sure you saw that there was a budget revision in February. The first one was to update the Perkins budget. And so there's that one, and then the next one was just the budget revision for all the PEEF grants.
Okay. With that, take a motion to approve the financial report.
Moved.
Second?
Motion and a second. Any other discussion? Hearing none, roll call on that motion.
Leo,
Aye.
Gary, aye. Dana,
Aye.
John.
Aye. Motion carried. Moving on to unfinished business. Policy update, second reading.
Request a motion to accept the second reading of Neola updates 34-1. These were presented at last month's meeting. Motion to approve them.
So moved. Second.
Motion and a second. Any other discussion? Alright. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? Motion carried. New business, consider approval of co-curricular contracts. We do them all in one?
Yep.
Yes.
So moved. Second.
A motion and a second. Justin Green, Chrissy Robinson, and Tanya
Beaver.
Beaver. Okay. All those in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? Motion carried. Next, consider approval of Start College Now applications for fall 2025.
Move approval.
Second. Motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed say nay. Ayes have it. Next, consider approval of update to student outstanding account balances.
Okay, I'll provide a little background on this, and I did mention in my memo. The recommendation from Mr. Steltenpohl is not intended to be punitive toward families that do not have the means to pay their fines. We certainly work carefully with each family. You know, if they do not have the means, we support them in that and we help them with that. We do have some families that where, in the particular case we're dealing with here, our children may have intentionally damaged textbooks, intentionally damaged Chromebooks, pulled keys off, things like that. And it's right in our handbook that they need to pay the fine for that, and they're choosing not to. So we're looking to put some teeth behind our phone calls that we do home, our letters we do home, that we get crickets on those. So we'd like to put some teeth behind it. And again, this is to get people to pay for things that they have damaged intentionally. That is the intention.
I misunderstood. I somehow thought this was dealing with lunch accounts.
No, this is primarily this is damage to equipment primarily.
I stand corrected.
This is fines. Yes.
I was thinking this was, the lunch accounts were in arrears.
No, not lunch accounts.
All right, never mind.
If I can share, Lisa did share, this didn't come up in conversation before, but some students who don't turn in athletic equipment.
Yeah, I'm still dealing with, I'm not even a coach anymore, I'm still dealing with a girl, a senior that wants to graduate pretty soon that just got her basketball uniform turned in, but still hasn't turned her volleyball uniform in.
And keep forgetting, and keep forgetting.
I
And
mean,
this is
that's-
just a little nudge to them to say,
So-
hey, if you wanna be part of the
So if
ceremony,
you wanna walk,
yeah.
Hallelujah.
Because if we let them walk and then they're gone, we don't get that equipment back. Yes. So the motion is, seeking a motion to approve.
So, do they walk? If they don't walk,
They still get their
They still
diploma.
get
By
their
law,
diploma.
they have earned their
Yeah, right.
diploma. It's just they would not have the opportunity to be part of the celebration
Right,
of
right.
commencement. Yeah,
and then we'd be out.
and then we'd be out. We could always still try to pursue them, and we will,
Yeah.
but
How many people are we talking about here?
not
Approximately.
many, not many.
Half a dozen?
3%. It's a small amount.
It's a small, and as a senior class advisor that I was for all those years too, the senior letter always would go home saying, you have to take care of all these things that you have out there.
Yeah.
But this way it's in the handbook
Well,
and.
yeah,
It's in
and
writing.
It's in writing
Yes.
there saying that you gotta take care of these
Well,
things,
absolutely.
so.
Yeah.
But, in all my years, I don't think we had anyone not walk because they didn't pay their
Right.
Chromebook fee or something, so.
I mean, I guess sometimes have to get people's attention.
Well, trying to add some teeth a little bit, yes. Yeah. And the fines are not exorbitant by any means. You know, if $15, $30, things of that nature. And again, we work very carefully with the families. If there is a need that is, we take care of it as a school. It's for those instances where they are intentionally not paying something and kind of seeing if they can fly under the radar to do so. Yeah, so did you have, I'm sorry, you had a motion, I think.
Yeah, is there,
I move
I'll
to,
second it.
there is a motion and a second. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carried. Next, the first reading of Neola policy update.
Okay, this is just one policy. This is 5411. This is related to Act 20, which gives the details about Act 20, and specifically retention of students between third grade and fourth grade. I wanted to make sure that this policy for us was enacted as late as legally possible so that we would have enough time as a school district to implement the Act 20 curriculum. The last statutory date that we can enact this is September 1st of 2027, and you'll see on my memo that that is written in the policy, September 1st, 2027. It goes into effect. But legally, we have to pass this prior to July, so that's why it's on the agenda. So this is the first reading of it.
This puts our policy book in line with state law.
Yes, this comes directly from Neola.
Okay.
All right. No other questions on that? Moving on to opportunity for individual board member comment. Leo?
I guess I would like to enumerate in my moment tonight for just the general edification of the public what the U.S. Department of Education primary missions are. There's 5 of them. The U.S. Department of Education sends federal funding to public school districts. 2, it administrates college financial aid programs. 3, it manages student loan programs. 4, it enforces civil rights laws in schools, particularly including those without English language capacity. And it supports student programming for those with disabilities. The Department of Education has come under scrutiny by the new administration, and while some areas, in other parts of the federal government are taking hits, I take particular interest in this. So I'm not sure that the public as a whole or the board as a whole understood what the 5 most important functions of this agency were, and I thought it would be important to share that.
Okay.
good to get students in here again, giving us some good updates. We missed out on the forensics. Thanks for bringing it in there, Jim. That was good. But just goes to show that our participation is excellent. So many 9 instrumentals going to state, 7 vocals, and 5 students for art, with 4 forensics, and there was someone else too. I missed it on my note too, but it's just nice to see.
The art club, maybe?
The art club
The
was
art club.
5, and
Yep.
but some of those, some of those extra activities and doing well at them, it just bodes well for those students, even the ones that didn't make it to state. I mean, participating in it and in that competition, it's a lot of times, in all cases, they're up in front of other people, and that in itself is a big accomplishment at these younger ages. So
It's good life experience.
yeah, it's great life experience. So every time we get to see how we have, I mean, maybe only 5 of the 12 art students made it, but 12 of them participated and were in that competition. And the solo and ensemble. I'm sure we had dozens of competitors, and to have 16 go on the stage is pretty good for a relatively small school as ours. So it's really good. I think in the past we've done a little bit better on the forensics. I thought we had some closer to 10 or
I would
12.
guess.
I think we did in the past. So I think it's one of our lower numbers in the past few years from what I can recall. So we'll have to
Work on that.
prod somebody here to
Yeah.
have a little bit more. But other than that, students I think
Shows how well-rounded our school is, I think.
yeah.
I would agree with that, Carrie.
Yeah.
And I just want to say I'm so proud of our advisors too.
Oh yeah,
walk
right.
down the
And
hallway.
without those people
Yeah.
volunteering their time, because obviously you might get a stipend, but
It's
as
penance.
all of it, it's
Yep.
it's pittance to
It is.
to what the time and effort that they put in.
It's like
with these
coaching our
students.
teams.
Yeah, and the coaches.
Walk down, you walk past the gym and you see the coaches working hard. I walk down the hallways and I see those after schools forensics coaches coaching those teachers or coaching those children, and the student council leaders having good collaboration with those children about what we should be doing, and they're there after work hours working hard. So hats off. We have tremendous advisors at the high school. They're doing a great job.
Absolutely. So
Yeah.
it's a testament to all those advisors for those programs.
They are. Thanks for letting me jump on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, well, along that line, a little bit of my high horse. 46 years ago, some shy kid got into forensics, did extemporaneous, because he thought it would help him learn how to craft arguments quickly. Went into acting in the high school plays because thought being shy, maybe being out in front of kids or people would be a good thing, maybe to learn to get his voice. I think we spend way too much time today worrying about school being and college being a career path when we've learned very quickly that jobs that exist today will not exist in 5 years. We need to be preparing kids for a wider range of things. Moreover, all the studies, all the technology, everything shows that medical technology is going to be to a point where the kids that are graduating from high school this year are very well likely to live into their 90s. If you're 28 years old and you've tried something and you don't like it, okay, you got another 50 years potentially of work life at that time to figure out what you want to do. So I think we do a great job of giving opportunities for a small school to make our kids more rounded, give them opportunities to explore what they like, what they don't like, understand more about themselves. You never know what you learn at a given time will ultimately impact how they live their lives. And I always think back, Steve Jobs dropped out of college and he's at home and he's bored. And he sees a class on calligraphy at the local technical college in Seattle. So he takes it. And that's why we have about 700 fonts on computers today.
Amazing.
So you never know what will come back. So, and I just want to say that I appreciate the fact that we, for a small school with limited financial resources, do provide opportunities for these kids that I hope they will come back and appreciate them. And I'm just saying the fact that some of this stuff is what I appreciate from my school experience.
All I have is, there is a school board election in April, so I'm urging everyone to get out and vote. There's other local elections as well,
There's other stuff.
Statewide, yeah, statewide and school board. Urge everyone out, get out and vote and exercise your right to vote.
I think there's a debate that I'm familiar with.
Yeah, there is, for village.
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 We're
Administrator.
At the Lions
President,
Club.
Well, not, It's not mayor, but what is that title?
President.
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 Village
Yeah.
president.
Where and when is this?
Friday.
Lions Club at,
At the,
How has this been publicized?
yeah, I just found out by an email.
I heard it
from
word of
someone.
mouth from Betsy here in the hallway.
it's at the shelter, there at the Lions Club. Alexander.
Yeah, Friday at seven,
Friday at seven?
at 7, I believe.
Yeah, 7, I think.
I think she
I know
said
it's
7.
Friday.
I told her I'd be here watching.
I
people.
am not 100% sure about the 7 o'clock, but I think that sounds.
That sounds right.
that
Yeah,
sounds right.
I think she said 7.
Okay,
So, yeah, it's probably,
all right.
so,
It's open to the public?
it's open to the public.
Yeah,
So,
7.
Yes. Barring any other exciting things, I
Okay.
plan to be there.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we have a school board meet and greet, don't we? At
20th,
Oh, yeah.
at the library.
at the
Yes.
library at
McMillan.
7.
Mhm.
7 o'clock at McMillan for the, 6 o'clock for the Rapids board candidate, 7 o'clock for the Port Edward
Edwards.
candidate.
Yes.
Correct,
Very good.
What was it,
Okay.
7? 7:30 for us?
7.
We're at 7? Okay. Alright,
Okay, our next meeting then will be Wednesday, April 9th.
Yes.
So, seek
I
a
will-
call of adjournment. Or
so moved.
Second.
we are adjourned.
Okay.
I'll be available by phone or email, even though I'm gonna be out of town between, March 22nd and March 29th.
Very good.
Should be coming back on Saturday. So,
Which will be
should be
here.
interesting.
You'll be here for
Spending
April.
several hours in the car with my son and wife.
Oh,
I hope we don't.
Yeah,
Have,
he's a non-attorney rep, so.
I hope we don't have to call any school board members
Social
because
Security
tomorrow's
reps,
March
so he's going
13th,
to
and
his
5
first
years ago, I
He passed
spent
the
2 hours
exam,
on the
so-
phone with my
Oh,
school board president